Hi Leo, welcome to the Lucky Tarot. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have for you your June 16th to the 23rd love messages. This reading is intended for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. If you are a cross watcher, feel free to reverse the placement of the roles here. So let's start by getting one card from the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And Leo, please do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate that. Let me know in the comment section what you think about this reading. And if you hear any noise in the background, that's because there's a slight drizzle outside. It's very soothing, but I hope it's not going to distract you guys from hearing the message. Alrighty. So we have not for you. This week, Leo, there's a situation that is a bit hard maybe to accept for most of you guys. It's quite a rejection. Someone might have rejected you, or you might need to reject someone, which puts you in a position where it's a bit uncomfortable for you to do so, right? This is not an easy rejection. It is not an easy thing to hear nor to say as well, depending on who's rejecting who. But whenever I see this card, what comes to really my mind is that if you are being rejected, you are being redirected by the spirit. Alrighty, so Leo, animal spirit. We have black egg. Now this makes perfect sense, and I'm gonna come to that in a while. And we also have unicorn. In this particular animal spirit deck, both cards are actually kind of like major arcanas, major energies. That means big lessons, right? Big turning points, pivotal moment in your life. So black egg, I see this as, to me, black egg talks about the throat chakra. There's something here that needs to be said. A truth needs to come out one way or another. So that means you could be telling the truth about someone here, and you could be the one saying that this is not what I want. This is not what I actually want from the relationship. Like, no, you've been thinking about this. You've been meditating on this, or perhaps you've been really feeling the energy that this is coming to an end. And so with the black egg, if that opportunity happens this week for you to speak up, do not sugarcoat anything, black egg. There's a difference between sugarcoating and then saying the truth, but in a way that doesn't really intend to create more drama or more pain for the other person, because rest assured this person will understand, right? It's all about how you say the truth, okay? Unicorn, the other person seems to be spiritually intuitive, and I feel like this person is perceiving the rejection as well, has already seen this coming, has already felt maybe spiritually that this relationship is sort of like falling apart, right? And so this unicorn perhaps has been asking you why, and that's one of the most difficult questions, to be honest. When someone asks you, why are you rejecting me, why am I being pushed aside, why did you cut me off, those are the certain questions that are not really easy to answer. But what I feel about this is that this person just wants the answers for now, even if it's hard to provide that, because you're also going through the motions, right? But this person needs that in order to understand and process, and therefore moving forward, right? This person needs to gather all the facts and be clear so that there's no confusion on both ends, okay? That is just what I see. Now, if this is not love related, it could be a friend, a family member, or even a work situation. It may have been something you worked hard for, or someone waited for this opportunity, but then no matter what you both do, it just seems to not really work out. That's what I see. That's why the card is really bluntly saying it is not for you, or maybe it's not for you right now. There's something else that needs your attention, Leo, and so is the other person. Alright, so let's get some tarot messages so that we can open up these cards a little bit more. Leo, what is the focus for this week for Leo? The Page of Swords. Yeah, I was mentioning a while ago, communication, use of language, speech, throat chakra, the way that you say things. If it has been some emotional week and you finally want to release a truth, right, in order to have some clarity, or in order to just let this person know. I feel like with the Page of Swords, someone is being very watchful of the relationship. When is the right time to say it? And someone is also preparing themselves to hear the truth. Whoever is preparing to hear the truth has been watching from afar, has also been very perceiving about the consequences and what's coming, right? So that is what I see. Six of Swords. Yeah, you're definitely the one moving forward. Actually, both of you are, with the Death card over here. So here's what I see. Okay, Six of Swords. It feels as though you're already walking away from this situation. You're traveling somewhere. You're going with the flow. This is more of like you trusting the universe, trusting the timing, after realizing that the situation is not going to further move forward and it has to end, right? I feel as though the process is not yet done. It's not easy as well. You're still going through the motions. Part of you is still, you know, pretty much attached to this person, but you have already made up your mind, mentally made a decision to walk away. There's a separation here due to maybe someone changing. I have here the Death card. Could be dealing with a Scorpio, or you guys could also be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And someone changed their mind or had a change of heart here, Death card. But certainly an ending happened so that a new chapter can emerge, a new dawn can emerge. As you can see, the sun behind the mountain over there, or the hill, right? But this is a very hard picture to see, because changes are not easy. It can really challenge you, test your character. It can make you question everything that you know. But almost always changes are for the better, because this is something that you can tell yourself you did your part, or someone can tell themselves they did their part. Like, it's all up to the universe at this point to redirect, right? I was telling you guys a while ago, redirection. So you're going somewhere here for calmer water, for a more happier and peaceful state of mind and state of heart. I also, yeah, look at you. You are the Knight of Wands here. Very Leo energy. You're charging in, you're moving in fast. You're doing things in a very fast way. Okay, that's the first thing that came to my mind. Also, I sense that it has been an explosive decision. I told you guys a while ago there were a lot of pent-up emotions. Perhaps you've been holding some feeling, some truth for a while, however it applies to you guys. But then out of nowhere, you just exploded and you just maybe pack your bags and leave. And you told this person clearly how they've been making you feel, what stuff you didn't really like about this relationship, stuff like that. Or maybe you realize you've had enough, you're done waiting. Could differ from one Leo to another. Knight of Wands, though, that to me is a card of courage. It takes a lot of courage to move forward from something so difficult to accept. But I feel as though, Leo, you know that to be stuck is not an option for you guys. To be stuck will only let you linger with this person and the emotions that you have for this person, whilst all the while blocking all of the other blessings you have in your life. So it's best to just keep moving forward. This person has been your soulmate. This person and you go way back in the past. You have beautiful history together. I see even guys sharing your childhood together. Or maybe that you have kids, if that is also the situation. So it's a bit hard to move. I see someone here moving places, or maybe thinking about moving places. Perhaps you ended things because this person is moving away, or that you're the one moving away. And so maybe you both are deciding that it won't work out in the long term. Long distance relationship is not easy, right? And even though you try to make it work, there's just some circumstances that prove to you guys that this situation is not going to play out good, right? It's not going to play out good. You won't be able to give each other what you both need in the connection. Let's get more cards out. What is the blockage for? Yeah, see what I mean? You guys could be dealing with a Gemini. I feel as though this person is not only your soulmate, but someone that you really shared that kind of, you know what it means to be naked with someone, not physically, but spiritually, be really open, right? There was a moment in time where you felt like this was truly divinely guided, and it still is. Despite, this being not for you, it has been guided for you both to meet. This has been lined up for you to meet this person exactly because they are going to teach you some lessons about who you are and what you stand for. And everything good, like the memories you both share, is still, it doesn't take away from that at all. I feel as though those are still memories that you can treasure now and until you grow older, you know what I mean? But then again, the lessons have been learned, and so you're beginning to release one another from that soulmate connection, from that soul contract, right? And I feel like you're trusting the universe now for the process, because there is growth when you do separate from a relationship that is obviously not at the moment for you. Certain soulmates do bring in baggage. Take, for example, one of you is ready for commitment while the other person isn't. That could also be the case. And so even if this person is your soulmate, the timing is not there. The person needs to go through a lot of cycles to be in the same page once again. But that doesn't take away from the love that you both feel. Although I feel as though one of you is still deciding, right? An ending already happened here, but I feel as though you're the one walking away, Leo. But you're not yet coming to terms with fully how things ended, if that makes sense. If you're the one who has been rejected by this person, you got no choice but walk away and move away. But then again, you're still, deciding, because it's not hard to accept when feelings are still fresh, when you still love each other that way, right? I guess that this person really loved you, especially in the beginning, but something changed with this person, more of a spiritual awakening. Maybe this person is in a life path right now wherein spirituality is really the focus. I have the unicorn over here and the death card. It's something that no physical connection can really fulfill for this person right now. There are some things that this person needs to deal with internally. All right, so yeah, as I was saying, this person is going through some internal conflict. This person is going through some feelings of maybe confusion, of self-anger. There's a lot that this person needs to walk away from, because if they don't, they may not be the partner that you want or that you deserve. Because at the moment, there's a push and pull between being kind to taking a big turn, right? So maybe in the beginning things were beautiful, things were okay, you guys are really working out very well, but then there are certain things that you don't really agree, principles maybe, or beliefs maybe, the way you do things in a relationship. And that happens because both of you guys have each other's free will. You both come in different backgrounds, you both have different interests, different personalities, right? So that is oftentimes what's clashing from really focusing in on the relationship. So Leo, I truly apologize for the rain. I know it's affecting the sound quality of this video, but I take that as a sign as well. Rain is pretty much like our tears. It's water, it's release, it's emotional release. So I feel as though for most of you guys, there's a lot of crying, a lot of emotional release. And since we are dealing with the full moon in Sagittarius as well today, right, on the 17th, this is a fairly good chance to look into what areas of the relationship and yourself should you release so that you can finally focus on that new path, moving forward, right? I see a lot of 6 in your on your end, and 6 is all about journey. So there's not only a mental journey here or a physical journey, but also in a way you have to gain back your stability, gain back that sense of balance in your life, that give and take. You know, what I always say is that you yourself, Leo, deserve the love as much as anyone else in the universe. So if you feel like you're not getting the love from someone, being rejected by someone, give that love back to yourself. And maybe that is the harsh and hard truth that this week is going to be all about, right? What you freely give to people, you should be able to freely give that to yourself. And no, it's not about being selfish, and no, it's not about being, too cautious. But I feel like if you drained yourself from being rejected over and this relationship has somewhat make you second guess who you are, this is really a good time to see if you're still practicing self-love, if you're still very focusing on self-growth, and then do that. This week is all about focusing in on that. Lover's card does not only mean romantic partner, but this means yourself, loving yourself in the deeper sense. And despite what you're going through, I sense healing here. Remember, I said change is always for the good. And the lesson that this person brings is actually for you to learn how to love yourself, and likewise for them as well, because they're getting a lot of internal conflict. There's just a lot of things that you both are not agreeing at the moment. So let's get an advice card for you guys to wrap things up, okay? Advice card for Leo, please. Actually, 2 cards wanted to come out, so I'm gonna get that. Yeah, this pretty much is the challenge of the week, but as an advice card, right? The Hermit, to me, is one of the most wise characters in the tarot. The only way to move forward sometimes is to walk backwards. And by that I mean, in order to understand where you're going, you need to realize what has happened in the past, so that it wouldn't really be a shock to you how things led up to this point. Traditionally, the Hermit is, as you can see, it's a man holding a lamp walking backwards. And when you study tarot, oftentimes the direction towards the left talks about the past and talks about going within, right? But in this particular deck, the Hermit is just sitting there and just really holding that lamp, very alone in a very cold and dark place, but still feeling warmth and secure with the lamp. So the lamp is a representation of your understanding, of your wisdom and experience regarding this whole situation. So I feel as though, even though you feel isolated, or someone could have isolated you, and you feel as though you don't want to communicate because this has been a very tough rejection, this has been a very difficult thing to accept, eventually you will. The whole point of going within is knowing yourself once again. Then you will be ready to get back on your 2 feet and conquer your world, conquer everything, right? So that is your reading, Leo. I'm sending you guys love and light. Hopefully this resonates for you. Let me know if you want me to extend this reading. But yeah, that is your reading, Leo. Thank you guys so much once again, and namaste.